Hello, welcome to the webinar, everyone. My name is Tori, and I will be hosting your webinar today. Before we get started, of course, I'm going to give just a little bit of time for the room to fill up. I'm watching people kind of fill in, let their internet connections stabilize and all that fun stuff, get their audio figured out, make sure you can hear me okay. And then we'll get started very soon. However, in the meantime, feel free to use the chat when you're in here. Talk to everybody in the room, ask questions, chat with me. I'll try my best to kind of keep an eye on the chat as we go through the webinar. However, my goal is to demo things the best that I possibly can. So if I don't see your questions, please continue to ask, or maybe even post it in the Q&A, and I'll try and hit them there. So please welcome to the webinar. Say hi in the chat. Let everybody know you're here, maybe where you're from, just so I know that everything is working well. So hi, John. Hi, Matt. It's nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining. Super excited to share what we have going on today. We have some really neat things we have been working on for months. So, really, really excited to kind of get this out and start hearing from everyone. Awesome. We've got a lot of folks joining: Florida, Arizona, Oregon. Arizona. I bet it's feeling good in Arizona right now. It's, I think winter is never ending here in Des Moines. So I think we're on our 5th winter, it feels like, so far. So hopefully everybody is doing well. Thanks again for your time. I promise we're going to get started here very soon. Just trying to fill the air while the room fills up. All right, Justin, go Phillies. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining. Jillian, it's 68 today. Not bad, not bad. It is definitely not 68 here. Arizona's been rainy and snowy. Come on. Okay, I guess it depends on where in Arizona, John. You're right, you're right. My daughter lives in Phoenix, so I don't typically think of Arizona and snow, but they do have snow in the mountains, sure, which is pretty nice. And have driven down from the mountains into Arizona. What a beautiful drive that was. So, okay. Well, we are at 12:03. I think we're going to start getting into the webinar. So, again, welcome to the webinar. Super excited to be with everyone. I really love when I get a chance to get on the webinar and share and talk. Hopefully today will be conversational. We'll be looking for questions and that kind of thing. To that, there is a slight delay. The system that we use to broadcast everything has a delay so that it can get streamed out to you, in good bandwidth and that kind of thing. So if I don't see your question right away, it's probably because it hasn't gotten to me yet. But hit the Q&A section. That puts your questions in a different group, or we can get to them quickly. We also have plenty of people in the chat that can also take your questions that would be looking for things as well. So, all right, so let's get into it. So if you weren't here when I first started the webinar, my name's Tori Mertz, and I am a co-founder of ClientCircle. I co-founded the company with my brother about 10 years ago. And when we built the company, we started before we even had a name with 3 core beliefs. And we felt that it was really important that when we build a company, we have this foundation of things that we're going to stick to. And, that's going to guide not just the company and the culture that we have, but also the products that we bring to everyone out there. And those core beliefs, the first one is that technology should work the way it expects, but better than you ever imagined. We go, we work very, very hard. We go through lots of trouble to make sure that when you're using tools, the all of the hard, complicated stuff is done behind the scenes so that it works better than you could ever imagine it to work, right? We make the simple things work really well. We have phonetic name search in our tool. I don't know if even anyone knew that. We don't talk about that, right? So it's easier to find people in our system. The second core belief is that we believe that you, the people on this call, our customers, should have access to enterprise grade software at a reasonable cost. As I grew up, I watched my dad, run a garden and seed store, and my dad needed an inventory system, to compete with Walmart, and they cost a lot of money, especially back then, and it really instilled in us that we need to build software that's enterprise grade and available to everyone, and is it affordable. And the third core belief is that there's greatness in everyone. And we need to build software tools in a company that help bring out that greatness. That means that we work very hard to have a company culture that uh, people love to work at so that they're happy. And when employees are happy at work and they come in and you're working with them, it makes support better and it makes your life easier on the phone. But also, there's greatness in everybody on this call. And we want to make software that help you bring your greatness out to your customers. And so I'm going to talk about those things today, and I'm going to demonstrate how we're continuing to achieve those in all of the products that we've brought to the table over the last 10 years, and what that means even for websites. So um, when we started the company, we really focused on some very core, very important things to your company. Number one, retention strategy and tools. You know, from day one, we had a tool that really focused on finding customers that are likely to leave you, whether it's because of, maybe some constructive criticism they have for you, or people's premiums that are changing that may be more price sensitive. And we built some amazing algorithms back in, the day. This was very innovative, especially at the time 10 years ago, where we have a point system that's looking at all kinds of different things about a customer to determine, are they a retention risk? Are they a referral source? And all kinds of things like that. Of course, online reputation management. We've worked really hard to make it easy for you to manage your reputation online by finding people that are likely using that same algorithm, find people that love you, that are going to leave you a recommendation, the ability to do so very quickly and easily. All right. And that also comes through reviews and testimonials and things like that. Also improve your local search results and SEO, because we're helping to get those good customers to talk more about you online across multiple platforms. And growth through referrals. Obviously, if people remember, our name used to be called Rocket Referrals because referrals are very core to what we do. We help you grow your referrals. We know how to find a referral source, and we know how to get those people to talk about you to their friends and family. Just the other day, we were talking with an agency who showed us some numbers of comparing us to different tools, and the number of referrals that they were getting through ClientCircle really just blew everything else out of the water. And they couldn't quite put their finger on it. But let me tell you, the secret sauce is behind the scenes, all of those extra special things that we're doing to make it work better for you without putting all kinds of fancy, dials and flips of switches and things like that in front of you. And of course, our handwritten cards have been really popular. And then our analytics and data and industry tracking is next to none, because we have been working with NPS and looking at things for the past 10 years. We know very well how you are doing in the industry compared to other people. In fact, we have a leaderboard that can show you, how does my NPS compare to another agency, and then recommend ways that you can help to improve that. And all of these things have been core to what we do. But we didn't stop there, right? In 2021, just a couple of years ago, we added conversations. And conversations is a way that helps you centralize the conversation and the whole, you know, all of your conversations with customers in one place, whether they be text messaging, web chat, email, and even third-party chats like the chat that you can get through Google Maps and Facebook Messenger, so that you have one place to go to talk with customers. And that means that we can automate more things across all of those channels, but also it allows customers to come to you where they are, and then you can communicate with them in one place. And just last year, towards the end of the year, we released our Journeys product. Now, Journeys, CRM means a lot of things to a lot of people. To us, what Journeys is the automated campaign tool or automation tool that helps you manage your customer relationship, right? That it can set up all kinds of different automations, from welcoming a customer to changing, even internally, if you want to use it for managing the status of a system or process that you're doing through out. And I'm going to show a little bit more about with Journeys today. And then even going further this year and today, what I'm going to show you are websites. And I'm going to talk about why we're doing websites here in a bit. But our website product is that enterprise grade system that I'm talking about, right? So we're going to have forms built in. We're going to have a content management system, an enterprise grade content management system for you to manage your content. But there's even more that we're talking about today. And I'm really excited to talk about CircleAI. I talked a little bit about some of our algorithms and things that we've started doing 10 years ago. And even though they used machine learning back then and tools very similar to that, we didn't have a name for it. And quite frankly, it's because I didn't think that when people heard AI, they thought they really understood what it meant and what it could be used for. But with things like ChatGPT and what OpenAI has done in just the last few months has really opened everybody's minds. And we're super excited to now have a product called CircleAI that combines all of our AI and algorithm tools that we have, from analyzing your NPS responses to the referral algorithm to finding if your content is unique, and even integration with large language models such as OpenAI and ChatGPT in one place. So you can take advantage of all of those AI tools. And that's why we call it CircleAI, because it is the full circle. And I think that's the theme that we're going to continue to talk about. And that's why we changed our name to ClientCircle. So I'm going to show you CircleAI in a little bit. But before that, I want to talk about websites. Why another website system? Well, I talked a lot about enterprise grade, right? The number 2 core belief is that we think that every company deserves access to enterprise grade tools. Now, I know a lot of you probably use WordPress out there. I'm going to trash on it just a little bit, right? And I've used WordPress in the past too. But ask ChatGPT if it would consider WordPress enterprise grade software. And I think what you're going to find is that not really, right? There's lots of things in WordPress that are not enterprise grade, and we want to build an enterprise grade tool. I think that it's more important to have better connected systems and tools that work really well together around your website than the website itself. And that's what I'm going to show you today and how it works. Another interesting thing is a lot of insurance websites out there today have a lot of the same content on there. And we wanted to solve that problem. How do you make it very easy to create a website, so that you can get up and going very quickly without requiring you to write a lot of content, right? But then also make sure that that content is unique across the board, because my guess is if you go out to your website and you find some of your content and you actually Google that content, what you're going to find, you're going to probably find many other insurance agents' websites as a search result. And unfortunately, that's one of the most detrimental things to your SEO. And we want to solve that problem. I'm going to show you how we did it today. Third, a beautiful website with strong SEO, quite honestly, today is the minimum requirement. SEO and what your site looks like are kind of table stakes. Everybody can do it, right? I think that there's a lot of very easy things that you can do to get the most to rank high in SEO. One of them, by the way, is having unique content and valuable content. But more important today, is that your tools are connected, that they work really well together, and that you can actually do something with the form input on the data. You have the automations on the back end, that it's easy for you to update and manage and things like that. And so I think that what I'm trying to say here is we want to take it to the next level, right? We want to take that thing that used to be for, looking pretty and things like that, and turn it into something that can help you actually sell more. And that's what we're going to do over the next, you know, forever, right? We're going to continue to enhance this and make this product something very special. So before I really show you all of the details, I want to show you how easy it is to add a website in ClientCircle, right? So let me switch over to sharing my screen here. I have one that's ready to go. So in fact, what you're seeing over here on the left nav, not the next time, but when we launch our website product, and maybe a little bit before, we have a new settings UI. We've been adding so many things to our product that it was time to kind of reorganize how we made how you could access all of the settings inside of your account. So I'm really happy about this new settings AI that makes our UI that makes it really easy for you to find things. And of course, websites are baked in right here in ClientCircle. So you don't have to log into another system. It's all right here. And the cool thing is, as soon as we launch this, everybody, regardless of whether you have the plan or not, are going to be able to come out to websites and view a preview. And you're going to see this page. It's going to look very similar to this. You can select your fonts, your color styles. I can change my styles here. And we have 3 different layouts for you to start with. I'm going to choose this first one, and then I can just hit generate preview. And what we're doing here is we're actually building a site. We're taking all of that input, your logos, and everything we know about your company already inside of ClientCircle, and creating a preview for you. Of course, I can open the preview, and it shows you a nice little look of what that site looked like. So I have my logo up here, products, about, team, carriers, right? We're going to be able to import all of the teams, right? And I can say, hey, what's it going to look like on tablet? What's it going to look like on my mobile? Maybe I want to look at all 3 of them together. Now, what you're looking at here, obviously, is a preview, right? But it's made so that you can look at these 3 different things. Let's go back. Let's try a different one. Let's change our color palette. Let's look at Pro Insurance. I'll leave my logos in there, and we'll generate another preview. What we're doing is we're wiping out that old site, we're building a new site, and then pretty soon we're going to have another preview that you can look at. Let's check this one out. Check it out. Different colors, completely different layout, different look. I have services on there. You can also look at the tablet view. This one has a really nice menu. I really like the large menu on this. We have the mobile view. And that's how easy it is to see what a site might look like for you. So let's go back to our slides here. The reason that we wanted to make it very quick and easy for you to check that out is we want to see what one of these templates might look like in your brand colors, with your logo and things like that. Of course, the content on that can be customized if you were to actually buy the site and then sign up. We can work with you on editing the content, and that's the next thing that I want to talk about. But first of all, websites from ClientCircle, right, is everything that I talked about. It's going to be connected into journeys. Obviously, our testimonials, right? So all of the testimonials that we're already collecting for you are just going to automatically be in there. There's no widget to install. There's nothing that you need to do. It's just automatically already there. Same with web chat. If you have web chat, it's just going to automatically be on your site. Nothing more for you to do. It's just going to work. And of course, CircleAI that I'm going to demo here in a little bit is right at your fingertips in terms of showing you how this content is going to be edited and how it's going to be unique. But the cool thing about this is we're also working with third-party tools too, right? So we have lots of people that we're already talking about to integrate their form system, their raters, all of those things can also be added onto the website, just like any normal website tool. And some of them we're going to work with to integrate it even further, to make it a simple click of a button or switch that you can turn on that has their form input and things automatically on your website. So you don't need to install any JavaScript code or add any other extra tools and things. And plus, the integrations are just going to work better. Every time we integrate with someone, we say, what can we do that goes above and beyond? What is better than what has been done before? And that's what we're doing with vendors. So I'm asking everybody on the call today, if you have people that you want ClientCircle websites to be integrated with, go talk to them and tell them, hey, you need to get integrated with ClientCircle websites because they're really changing the game. And I think that we're off to a really good start already. Okay, so unique content and CircleAI. This is going to be fun. I love showing this off. So one of the things, again, that I talked about is unique content. So how do we solve that problem? How do we make it easy for you to have good quality content, but also unique? Now, if you've been reading our blog posts about AI and how to use ChatGPT and other tools like that, you know that it's very important that you put a human touch on content, because I believe that soon search algorithms and things like that are going to be looking at content to determine if it's AI generated or not. But the real thing around AI generated content is not whether it's truly unique and things, but is it a unique idea, right? Are the things that you're talking about different than others? Because that is the value that you're bringing to the table, and that's really, really important. So we're going to be publishing some best practice guides on how to do that. And we're going to make it very easily available. I'll show you where you can get in the link or in the site. It's going to be very, very cool, easy for you to get to. Of course, you can pick a template or you can build things from scratch. So you can build your content from scratch, but also you can use our library. And then, of course, we have landing pages that you can build to be able to, maybe you're running some ads and things. You want to have some landing pages on that too. So that's also going to be baked in. So I'm going to show the content management system in action. Second, got to switch over to new screen. Okay, got it. Okay, should be seeing a new screen. And this one, right, is a customer who has now purchased websites. So once you purchase websites, add it onto your plan, you have all of the tools available to you, right? So now you can edit all of your content. You can do all of the fun stuff that I'm about to show you. First of all, let's go visit our website. So if I look at our website here, I might notice I don't have life insurance on here. Maybe I want to add that. So to do that, today's world, maybe you have to add it to a menu. You're going to have to add different products, add different forms, all that kind of stuff. But with our system, you can go into your content. Let's go look at product categories because that's where we have life insurance. And I have a switch. I hit that switch for life insurance. And this is the cool thing about an enterprise grade content management system, is that content has page content, menu content, images, everything all available in one spot. So it's going to automatically publish all of that content for you regardless of where it is. And look, I have my life insurance menu there. If I were to drill down into this, I'd also see all of my life insurance products. Speaking of, let's think about that. Let's see what products we have available for life insurance. Of course, I have our general category here, but let me show you our library. I can create some new content from scratch, or I can go into the library. Let's search for life. We have lots of group life insurance content, whole life, variable life, universal, term life, final expense, etc. Now, this is really cool because if I go look at group life, I have images and things. All of this stuff can be automatically put on your website in the specific places right? But also, because this content management system is what we call a headless content management system, that means that content can also be distributed to other third-party tools, such as your mobile app and other things of that nature. And that's where we need your help. We need you to get your existing vendors to say, hey, you need to go integrate with ClientCircle sites because they have an amazing headless content management system that can take the content that I manage from ClientCircle and automatically put it into your app. And we're taking it a step further. I also want you to talk to your carriers. I want you to say, hey, use ClientCircle to manage your content, because think about that. Let's go look at our carriers, for example. We've done a really good job of getting started with some content for certain carriers. Let's go look at our content management. Oh, carriers, where are you? Okay, carriers. I have a few of them on here, but let's add some more carrier content. Again, from the library. We have many, and my team's done a really good job of finding some great things. Let's look at Erie. Not only do we have their logo and the description, we have some website payment links, claims links, account links. All of that stuff gets automatically integrated to your site and everywhere else that you would need it if there is an integration, for example, in a mobile app, right? So we want you to have carriers manage their own content. Imagine if a carrier changed their link for how to process claims and other things. They change it in one place, it automatically gets distributed to your website. You get a notification that says, hey, there's an update available. Do you want to apply that update? And it's already done. And that means that you're not going to have any more broken links from carriers across the board. And we're really, really excited about that feature. Okay, so we've looked at carriers, we've looked at some life insurance content, but again, we want to talk about what makes this work better and help me get unique content. And that's where CircleAI and our new algorithm that can find unique content comes into play. So let's look at CircleAI. Some fields, especially fields that are longer description fields that are important to have unique and where uh, the content is going to be indexed, has a nice CircleAI button. Pretty soon we'll have our CircleAI logo on there rather than the magic wand. So look for that. He's kind of cool. You'll start to see him everywhere. Let's take this content. Let's just click CircleAI for you. Now, one of the things with using any large language model is what they call prompt design. And we work really hard behind the scenes to have really good prompt design so that you get what you want out of it with as minimal input as possible. Let's take this content, let's just hit conversational. Maybe you want to have a more conversational tone throughout your entire website and all of the things. With one button, it runs that prompt, and what it's doing is it's going behind the scenes and it's actually trying to write that content. And it does rely on some of the API limits and things of OpenAI. So if it's busy, you might see it kind of slow right now, but let's give it a second here. All right, it's being kind of finicky. Let's refresh our page, see if that helps us. Come on. There we go. So it can take a little bit of time sometimes, but conversational, here we have a nice little content that comes back. If I want to keep this, I just hit the checkbox and it gets, put right in there. However, you can also have a little bit of fun with it. This is actually kind of fun. Maybe you want to take this content, you want to put it in a blog, or you want to send an email out that says, hey, we just came up with a wrap that describes cyber liability insurance. Again, it's taken this content and created a wrap out of it. And I've done this a few times because we went through this demo several times. And let me tell you, some of these wraps or rhymes are pretty good. You could turn it into a haiku if you wanted to. But of course, we have some of the most popular and easy to use items available for you here. And so I'm really, really excited about this feature. But we go a step further now. This is super exciting, but again, we were talking about unique content and how important that is. So what did we do? we did a lot of research into how Google determines whether content is unique or not. And believe it or not, Google does not look at every word and things like that, of content on page. What they have an algorithm that can take content and quickly determine whether or not it's like or similar to other content out there. And that's what we're doing. So behind the scenes, as I type and I make changes to this content, you saw my little unique indicator, we're automatically going behind the scenes and we're looking in the content library and we're looking at other content to see whether or not it's unique. And we say, hey, it's likely unique or not. And so what that means is you can feel very comfortable knowing that the content that you pull from our library, especially after you put your changes into it, use AI to do it quickly, that the content is very unique. And to me, this is probably the most important thing that you can do for SEO. So we're super excited about this because it's built right into your platform. And again, because this content management system can be connected to any system and it's not just connected to your website, that unique content can be applied across the board in your website and in your mobile app and other things that are really important. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slides here. So we talked about the content management system. I showed you how easy it is to add new content. And yet, what I haven't gotten into is how well everything works together, because this is one of the coolest pieces and the things, again, that take websites to the next level. And that is being able to connect your website with all of the other tools. So what happens today, for example, leads that come in, through a form? Do you get an email? How are they connected? What kind of automation and tools do you have available to you very quickly? Are they sent into your CRM, and do they fire off automated campaigns? Does it use third-party tools? How do you work with those things, right? There's a lot of questions that come up. And what we want to be able to do is help you see data in one place and make it easy to connect to all of your tools. So I want to show you our form tool and how that can be used. So I'm going to flip back over to my screen. Okay, we're on cyber liability insurance. Here, I'm going to go back to our forms. So similar to our content management system, our forms tool is also not just limited to website forms. What that means is you can use our forms, and in fact, our forms are not going to be connected to our website product. People who buy journeys are going to have access to forms, because I want you to be able to use our forms on your existing website. It doesn't matter what vendor your website is with right now, you'll be able to use our forms and get some of the advantages, that I'm going to show you here. All it takes is just a little bit of JavaScript that you need to put on your site. Of course, if you're using a ClientCircle site, you don't need to add this code. We take care of everything for you, so you don't need to do that. But I wanted to show this because it's really important that you know we did not build our website's product and all of the things surrounding it in a vacuum. We built it to work better with all tools and all websites, and we're very open and want to collaborate more with other website vendors. It's very important that from an industry perspective, you have that level of integration. I am very vocal about the importance of integration, and I hope that other people take us up on that and do want to integrate our tools together. And the other neat thing is you can add additional endpoints to the tool as well. So that means our forms can be submitted through a website, through a webhook, through Zapier, and all kinds of things. And all of those responses are going to come into one place. And let me show you then, once you get responses, what you can do it. I'm just going to start by creating a new form. I'm not going to name it or anything, but I want to show you that when I get form input, regardless of the input, I can create a new contact in ClientCircle. I can look up contacts based upon information on that form, and I can even start a journey. I'm going to show you this journey here in a second. We have some spam, checking fields, so we make sure that your form is not going to get overrun by spam. And then we also have the ability for you to add as many fields to that form as possible. Now, what you're seeing here is the back end of the form. You're saying what data is on the form. There's a lot of tools out there that have the front end of the form, and that's what makes this thing work really well with any form UI out there. We just define the data that's going to be on it, and then the UI is on the website and other things. So let's say I have this form and I have a quote request journey that I want to start. Let's just hop on over to journeys because I happen to have a quote request one in here. And this journey is really neat because as soon as I get form input, I can send a notification to the team. I could email the client to let them know that, hey, we have your form. I could even text them if there was a phone number on that form. And then I can fire off a Zapier webhook that might take that form and do other things with it. And that's really, really powerful right there as well. And of course, as forms move through this journey, you'll see where they are along the process. And one of them might be your team then has to review the form and perform some action or to submit the quote. Of course, with the journey, I can customize this if I want to. If I want to use my Zapier webhook right at the beginning, I can do that. I may add in another stage at the end. I'll just call it another stage. Very creative of me, I know. And then on here, I can do other things. I could send a card to the person if I wanted to at this particular stage. I can add them to a list that could start off another automation. I can wait for some period of time. I can make it a manual step. I could start a new journey. There's lots of different things that you can do. And we're adding more and more to this. Some vendors that we're working with are going to have their own boxes in here to start new actions. And so we're really excited about journeys, especially with how it integrates with forms and all of the other things that I showed you today. Okay, let me go back to my slides. So I showed a lot of things, right? The goal, again, trying to take things full circle, is to help you with these things, right? If you have your management system, your website, your CRM, you have reputation tools, retention tools, email tools, automations, like all of this stuff. Maybe multiple vendors and support teams and things like that to deal with, which when you think about it, from one of the most important things in connecting tools is that you have a support team that knows all of those tools, right? And what we want to be able to do is help you move from that to this. We think management system, ClientCircle. There's a lot of other things maybe around management system and quoting tools, and maybe there's some other forms processors and things that are super important for you to have. But we want to minimize the number of tools that you have so that they work better together. And this is the key thing that we want to be able to do. And we're working really hard to make all of our tools work better so that this is possible. So what is it going to cost, right? I know a lot of people are thinking about the cost. Well, if you have CRM and reviews and retention surveys, if you're not a ClientCircle customer already, texting, web chats, forms, all of these things can add up, and you're going to be paying something starting at $700 a month or so for all those things when you combine them together. In fact, you're probably paying even more than that because a lot of these tools have, additional fees and things like that on top of it, right? But what we want to do is have a bundle and save plan. We think that when you're using our tools to connect a lot of things together, there's a lot of efficiencies that we can bring to you and also to us, right? And we think that, we can save. So you're not going to pay, starting at $700 a month, right? You're not even going to pay starting at $400 a month for all of these things. In fact, where we have priced ClientCircle bundled with our best tools and plans and everything is starting at $365 a month. That means that if you're an existing ClientCircle customer on our best plan, you can add a website for $140 a month. And if you're on another plan, a lower tier plan that's not bundled, you can add it for $200 a month. So we're really excited to bring this level of system, this enterprise grade content management system, all of the forms, the websites, the easy to use editing and everything, which I didn't even really get into today, for as little as adding $140 a month to your existing plan. We're really, really excited about that, and really can't wait to launch this, which, by the way, comes in April. So I'm a little bit ahead of you in showing this, but we wanted you to know that it was coming as soon as possible, because we want you to start thinking about it, and everybody's on this webinar, and all of the people on our list are going to be notified when this is available. Please, if you're considering it, jump on it. We are going to have a lot of people, I think, that are interested in this right away, and we want to be able to support you. So keep us in mind and let us know if you're thinking about it. It's something that you're really interested in. We'll make sure that you're ready to launch. So what do you do if you're interested in it? Well, first of all, if you're not already a ClientCircle customer, there's not going to be any reason that you can't start on ClientCircle now and start to prepare it. Get used to that tool, right? Get used to everything, and then add websites on when it launches. We're going to make it really easy for you to be able to do that. You're not going to miss out on anything if you, get started early. It's going to be easier for you, quite honestly. So get a demo of the tool. You'll be able to see things and how it works very quick and easy. And then in April, when we launch, you're going to get an email. You're going to know how it all works. And I'm super excited about that. So I have a little bit of time left over. I'm going to go over to Q&A real quick. I'm going to just take a couple of questions, and then I'm going to give you all a few minutes left of your day. Usually when I'm on a webinar, I take up all the time, but I think we're going to have plenty of time left over, so which is good. Questions. Let me see. I have a question that says, who is managing search engine optimization? And one of the cool things about this tool, again, because the content management system is what I call that enterprise grade content management system, that means that we're taking all of that content and we're massaging it, and we're putting all of the right tags and everything in place so that you don't need someone to manage SEO, right? So all of the content is going to automatically be ready for you. Again, I go back to what I was thinking about earlier, and that is the pretty website and the SEO are kind of table stakes. It's possible today with good content management, AI, and lots of other tools to make SEO just work for you without needing to have somebody there looking at things every day. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it as easy to get you the best results as absolutely possible. Question, next question. I guess I know why the questions came a little delayed, because there is a delay. Okay, so will you be able to use ClientCircle AI to create emails that you send out via ClientCircle? Right now, CircleAI is going to be built into websites to help you with unique content. However, we have a laundry list of CircleAI enhancements that are coming to the tool. And there's things that I'm telling you haven't even thought of yet that are going to be out there, and you're not even going to know it exists, but it's just going to make the tool work better. And those things I'm going to keep secret, because I want you all to have something to look forward to. But you have not heard the last of CircleAI, and I'm very excited about what's to come, because even though ChatGPT and OpenAI and all these other AI tools are really cool, what they're doing with large language models, there's so much more that can be and is being done with AI that is not just focused on language and things like that. So I'm really excited about those things, and we'll be talking more about that this year for sure. Next question. Let's see. I'm getting a couple of questions about journeys. And yes, journeys are ready. Anybody who is on a plan that has journeys included, which is our premium plan, can have journeys today. So we have a few templates available for you to use that you can start journeys, especially for customers that are willing to add their own journeys and write their emails and things like that, you can have journeys. Just talk to your account manager. We'll add that feature, and pretty soon we're going to unlock it for everyone. We've been keeping a very close eye on the usage and things like that of it, because we want to make sure it's really, ready. But anybody who wants to use it today, that is on a plan that supports it, can use it. So please use it now. For the people that want to use it, and there isn't a template for you right now, which we have a few, then be prepared to build a template and test it out. Be the customer who wants to really tweak things, right? And get in there and get your hands dirty with writing some emails and things like that. And we're happy to turn it on for you, because we want you to use it. All right. I think I'm getting through some questions here. Journeys, that was also a journeys question, I'm just reading questions. Sorry for the awkward delay. I just got another one come in about journeys. Yes, you'll be able to start a journey from a form. That's one question that came in. Someone asked about assumed responsibility for success of the website. I think we'd have to talk with you about what that really means. I think that we can make sure that it's up and running and doing what we say it's going to do for sure, because it will. And then let's see how. So someone asked about the ability to put a client in Hawksoft. We have a really neat tool with Hawksoft called Sidecar, and Sidecar allows you to download a file that can run and import into Hawksoft. So yes, we think that we can integrate those things and make that easier for you to do. So let me just pop over to chat real quick. Lots of full chat here. This is great. I'm glad to see a lot of chat messages. Cool. Someone has talked a lot of interest in journeys, which is really cool. I'm really excited to see that interest. But I think I've gotten through most of the questions today. I'm gonna probably end here, because you're gonna be hearing more about websites. You're gonna see more about it. Today, I really wanted to just talk a little bit about the high-level features that we're gonna have. And the pricing, so you have an idea of what it's going to cost. And hopefully everybody is as excited about websites as I am. This is not the last you're going to hear about it. Please keep your eyes peeled for our launch in April. And thank you so very, very much for joining us today. And I will be talking to you all again soon. So have a great rest of your week, and we will talk to you later.